Hi, fifth grade. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us today, and we're really glad you're sticking with us. My name is Miss Montgomery. I'm a teacher at Three Trails, and I'm really excited to get to do some long division with you today. We're going to be working on word problems and continuing what you've already been learning this week. Your math joke for today is, why doesn't anyone talk to circles? The answer is because there is no point. If you haven't already jumped on and worked on Greg Tang today, go ahead and make sure you're doing that for 10 minutes every day. You can work on level 5, or if you finish that, move on to level 6, or feel free to explore any of your favorite games. I'm sure you've had some favorites by now. We are going to be, again, working on some word problems. So we've got several problems. We're going to do one problem together, and then you're going to do several problems on your own. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you've got a place to work today. All of the problems that you need are going to be on your screen. So the first problem says, Benjamin wants to split a collection of crayons into groups of 14. Benjamin has 518 crayons. How many groups will be created? So I'm going to go ahead. I like to bar model problems. It helps me because I'm a visual learner. It helps me see what exactly I'm going to be doing. If you've learned things a different way, or if you have a different strategy to draw, please feel free to do that. I'm asking myself, what are we talking about here? We're talking about crayons. Every problem starts at the starting line, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, I don't know how many groups there are. That's my question that I'm actually trying to solve. And whenever I don't know how many groups, I just draw a bar and I split it into 4 sections, and I put a dot, dot, dot here in the middle. So I know this is going to be group 1. This is going to be group 2. I don't know what group number this is going to be, so I'm going to put a question mark. But I am going to ask myself, what do I know? Do I know how many total crayons I have? And I actually do. Benjamin has 518 crayons. So I know that the total is going to be 518. Do I know how many crayons are in each group? And I do know that as well. I know that there's 14 crayons in each group. Whenever I know a total and I know how many are in each group, but I don't know how many groups, that means I'm going to divide. So we are going to go ahead and set up a long division problem. I know that I need to do 518 divided by 14. If you like to use magic 7 or partial quotient, or however you like to solve, feel free to do that. I'm going to go ahead and use long division today. For my steps for long division, I'm always remembering I'm dividing, multiplying, subtracting, bring down, and I always like to add a check mark on the end so that I can remember that that's going to always be my last step. And I'm dividing by 14s today, and that's not a super easy thing to divide by, so I'm going to go ahead and skip count off to the side. So I know 1 14, 2 14s is 28. I don't know what 3 14s are, but if I don't know, I can always go ahead and add 14 off to the side. I've got 42. 4 14s, so I don't have to borrow with that, so I can go ahead and write that down. And I could keep going. I'm going to stop there for right now. I might add one more just because it's an easy one, but I could stop there. But I can always continue to add off to the side or multiply off to the side if needed. But now I've done all the hard work. So I can ask myself, how many times does 14 go into 5? Well, it can't go into 5. So I'm going to put a placeholder there. And now I've got to move on. How many times does 14 go into 51? Good news is I've already done this work over here, and I know it can go in 1, 2, 3. It can almost go in 4 times, but not quite, and we never want to go over. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 3 over here. I've done my first step to divide, and next I need to multiply. I already know 3 times 14 is 42. So now I'm ready to subtract. I know that 51 minus 42 is 9. If you don't know that, you can always borrow, make that a 4, make that an 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. So I've multiplied, I've subtracted, I'm ready to bring down. Now I'm asking myself, how many times does 14 go into 98? Lucky for me, it goes in an even number of times, and I've already done that work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes in 7 times. So I know now that there are 37 groups of crayons. So I could add that number. I might also write over here that my answer is 37. 37 what? 37 groups. So that's going to be what you're going to be doing on your own today. I'm going to zoom out here so that you can see exactly what that is. I don't know why that's not going here. Let's get that. There we go. You can see exactly what you're working on today. So you've got 4 more problems to do on your own. So please go ahead and pause your video now, look at those 4 problems, and do that work in your math spiral. We will see you tomorrow, 5th grade. Thanks again for sticking with us. We miss you at schools, and we really hope that you're doing well.